up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This is Season 2, Episode 42, and I'm your host, California Cal. I have to say, I am not one of those Californians, meaning I understand that what's real is real, and we don't have to just fucking, muck shit up just because somebody's feelings got hurt about something, because somebody said something, and those words hurt me, and nah, bro. Let's fucking, keep our head on our shoulders. What's real is real. You can't opinionate facts about life and say that that's what's real. Now, it might be valid to how you feel, but the facts are the facts. So that's why I have to clarify that. Anyways, this is a show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
We're here to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on different perspectives and the way that we contextualize life. Because I truly believe that the more context we have access to and the more perspectives we have access to in this lifetime, the easier life is and the funner life is and the more enjoyable it is, because we understand what the fuck is kind of going on when shit's even when shit's out of control. You know what I mean? So all sorts of shit's been going on, man. I hope you guys did your music homework from last week. We had 619 hoodlums, ain't a damn thing changed. Ain't a damn thing changed. Still love to gang bang. Amici Parks where we hang. Okay, so, I'm going back and forth between two different songs to drop on you guys today. Reason being, and they're absolute polar opposites. One of them is one of my favorite songs from Hawaii, and it's a very to me, it's a very summery Hawaii, just bright, sunny sort of day song, clear blue skies. And right now outside in San Diego anyway, it's cloudy as shit. And I don't know, I've personally been kind of feeling like shit over this past week. Excuse me. Aside from getting sick, I've just been mentally just fucking down and out, dude. Not in some victim-ass way. I've been taking responsibility for myself and handling my shit, but kinda. I've been slacking, man. But my point is that, because shit's been kind of heavy and it's darker out, I've got a way darker song. I'm gonna give them both at some point. I don't know, but this, it's too heavy, dude. The song fucking makes me cry. It's just too deep. Anyways, sorry guys, let's kick this fucking show off. We're gonna get into a whole bunch of different shit. I want to say rest in peace and happy birthday to my motherfucking brother Pablo Tafoya. We celebrated, we met up at the cemetery. That was cool. We're gonna talk about, so my son Royal went to school for the first time this last week. That shit was crazy as fuck, dude. We did not know what to expect. And then dude, I experienced this in such a weird way, which is the internet creates such a state of confusion for us. Because we have the way that we think and then how people post shit or share shit or whatever, we assume that they are this or that so extreme, or we take something and we make it bigger than what it is or smaller than what it is. So that's why it's sometimes if you're up to some crazy health challenge or something, or some new job or career, or you started a business, people are very excited for you on the internet sometimes. Some people are, but then it doesn't last very long. And then, you just see people perceive people online, and then they say, oh, you're that type of person, you're that way, you believe this, you believe that. Now, for me, when I post shit online, I'm it could be shit I disagree with, and I'll post it because I find it interesting, or I'm that's a good side of that point. That's a good point from that side of that. Even if I disagree with it, I'm damn, it kind of got me. I don't know what else. I wouldn't know how else to add on to that to disprove what they're saying, and I'm fucking wrong. So I'll share that point of view. So I'll share different things, and especially within I'll share stuff that's funny, share stuff that's motivational, inspirational, share stuff that's just whatever, it doesn't really mean anything. And you can take and go through my different things and be well, this these are opposing, and that happens sometimes. And it's like I realize what people see and what they catch of my posts is going to give them their perception of who they think I am and what they think I'm about. Now I'm like, do I need to be more mindful of like what the fuck I'm posting, or do I just need to be more like, hey, who gives a shit? Like, just fucking keep going the way that I do and let people think what they think. It's probably the way to go. But yeah, it's a fucking trip, dude. So I'm looking at, I realized, dude, I had the first, dang, this is like in the top. So I realized there's only been like 2 things said to me in my adult life that I found offensive. And that's not even really like offensive. It's more just like, I was like, you, what? Like, perplexed that somebody would put that label on me. That's what it is. So like, and this has to do with how the internet shapes our perception, right? So like, I'm in a group chat and the whole Leah Thomas thing, for those of you who don't know who that is, it's the trans swimmer. I forget if you say girl or boy, if it's a boy dressed as a girl. It's a transgender woman, I think is the right way to say it. Or girl, because she's not a woman yet. Or she's not an adult yet. So, or was it a college? I don't know. I fucking should have prepared this better. The point is, this girl, she's a trans college swimmer. She fucking destroyed the swim records. And for those of you that follow swimming, like competitive or know about swimming, like I teach swimming for a fucking living, and I don't follow swimming. But the races, they go by fractions of seconds. Like you're like, everybody will finish in like, I'm just making shit up. Like, let's say everybody finishes in 1 minute, and it'll be like 1 minute .0002, 1 minute .001, 1 minute .0. It's like fractions of seconds that you're working with, and it's like literally you're fine tuning little like wrist movements, hand movements, where your elbow goes, these little things, right? But the thing is this dude, this trans person, Leah Thomas, comes in and destroys all the records, and it's completely unfair. It's like he's biologically a man and has the biological build of a man, you know, or a boy, whatever. I don't know. See you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And because of that, they have this physical advantage, and when it comes to swimming. And because of that, there was that. Then there's the incident with the runners on the track and all this. And it's like, it was just this whole big thing, right? And I don't think that it seemed fair. I do believe that there should be some kind of discussion or some sort of like rules or some sort of like alternative or some sort of way to have the trans people and men and women and whatever you identify as play in a sport that makes sense, where it's still competitive. Like if you just show up and you're crushing all the records by like minutes, and this is a race of fractions of seconds, like something's just not right here, you know? It doesn't quite add up. Oh yeah, so that was the whole side note, right? So my friend the other day he's like, yeah, like it's trans people got brought up or something. He's like, no, like, what do you mean? Like you hate trans people? And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I felt so offended, like that somebody that I know really well would think that of me, and then at the same time, like, believe that of me. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, I've seen those memes that you shared with some of our other friends and stuff, and I'm like, bro, like, what? That doesn't mean to hate trans people. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know, not, there's the typical, oh, well, I know I've got a black friend. No, like, I got a trans friend. I know 2 trans people. They're my friends. That's fucking cool. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. My whole thing was, and it's just a misunderstanding, but this is the thing is like, because of those memes, they were Leah Thomas memes, and they were the track person memes. And whether those people were trans or not, if they had caused the disruption that they caused, and the memes equaled the jokes and the information that equaled the meme, then it's a funny meme. It's a joke. It's a meme. It's funny. That's the whole point of it. So I'm sharing these, and it's like, wait a minute, this is because of acceptance that I share these. The same way that I'm gonna share motorcycle shit, or I find this funny, or I find this funny. I find this funny, so I'm sharing it. It's funny. It's fucking wacky. Or it's what's that word? Like it outrageous or outstanding. You know, it's like, it's so outrageous that it's like, the fuck? Like, what is this? And then, so it's like, I guess the other take on it is like, this is funny. It's the same thing, but it's the other side of the cup, which is, well, who gives a shit? Let people do what they want. Right, exactly. Fair enough. I agree. But at the same time, I'm all for do your own fucking thing. I've been doing my own thing for the past however long. That's all I teach my kids is do your own fucking thing. So I'm looking at it, it's like, well, yeah, let whoever do whatever. Exactly. Who cares if they're trans? Well, exactly, who cares? But hold on. This matters because these records are getting destroyed and it's unfair. We don't put like fucking like a professional male basketball player in the WNBA just because he wants to feel included. It's like if we want to start a trans league or something else, it's like they had Joanna Man. Joanna Man did that. He dressed up as a girl because he was failing in the men's league, and he got that. For those of you who don't know, Joanna Man's this old ass movie. I want to say it's the dude from the 7-Up commercials, the Make 7 Up Yours guy. He was on Mad TV for a little bit. I forget his name, but Joanna Man. Yeah, he was in this movie called Joanna Man, and he dressed up as a girl. It was like, he had this bright idea. He's like, all right, I'm going to dress up as a woman and compete in the movies version of the WNBA, and I'm going to fucking dominate and get paid, right? And I don't know if it was that or to get to a girl or both, but like, that was his plan. And that's what happened, and that's what the movie was. I forget if they find out, or I don't know if I ever saw the whole movie, but I'm like, okay, this is like, there's an unfair advantage. Like, he was destroying everybody. And that's where I'm like, okay, yes, let people do whatever, however the fuck they want. Who cares if they're trans? Exactly, who cares? Well, hold on. In this situation, this matters. In the situation where it's like, we've got people identifying as, oh, like, I'm a girl, and it's like you're a boy, but you're just like, oh, I'm identifying as a girl. And then now you went into the bathroom and you pulled some creepy shit. Now the counter argument is, okay, yeah, obviously, like, this is not happening all the time, and it's not like something that's common. Right. But if it's something that happens, we got to talk about it. We got to address the facts. We got to draw the line somewhere. And that's the thing, is like, people say, well, where do we draw the line? Well, where we draw the line is at fact versus opinion. That's where the line is drawn. You can contest shit and try and pick more out of it, or learn more out of a scenario or a situation, but like, I don't know, like, we just got to keep fucking moving forwards in a sense. Like, it's so easy to interpret people as, oh, you hate this, you love that, you're extreme this, you're extreme that. And the internet kind of created this understanding, like this way of interpreting each other, where that's how a lot of us view each other this day and age. Is like, you hate trans people. It's like, why? Like, because I shared Leah Thomas memes saying that this was unfair. And it's like, yeah, who cares if a person's trans, but at the same time, something happened and there's an event. How do we address this moving forwards? Right? It's not the end of the fucking world, but it is something we should speak about and fucking have some kind of understanding. At some point, we had to establish men's bathrooms, women's bathrooms, and then when it came around, these universal bathrooms, or, they have different names on them depending where you go. And it's like, that's fine. Like, just have the discussion, though, based on facts, not just based off of some random opinions about people's feelings. It's like, we can address the feelings, but we have to start and hold the facts the entire time. And we critique and analyze and assess based off of that. So it's like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I got nothing against trans people whatsoever. Like, why would I? What would be the reason to hate a trans person or to hate a gay person or to hate somebody who's different than me? What would be the point of that? Like, the fuck? Like, it doesn't, like, that's why that's so offensive to me. I'm like, dude, like that, all right, like, fuck. Like, what the fuck? I got love for everybody, dude. Like, even the people who I fucking talk, if I'm like, yo, I really fucking did. Like, if I'm gonna talk about Joe Biden, like, fuck that guy, dude. At the same time, I got love for him. I don't hate him. I'm just like, man, fuck what he's up to and fuck what he's doing. This guy fucking kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's like, he's a human being. I got love for his soul, and he's just trying to do what he thinks is fucking best for him. And that's what we're all trying to do here, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just such a trip how the internet can put such a twist on certain things. You know, it's like it leads people to believe this or that or this or that. And I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, damn, if one of my own good friends thinks that of me, like, the fuck does everybody else think of everything else I share? I'm like, I've got shit that's like, I've changed my mind about a lot of fucking different things over time. And as time goes on, I'm like, oh, I was wrong about that. My bad. It's like the whole thing about like Trump being president. It was like, when we look back and you look at the actual data, I'm not talking about the clips of where's my black guy at? Where's my Mexican at? Like, not these little clips where it's like doctored, not a context and all this shit. I'm talking about when you actually like look at the numbers and you look at the fucking jobs, you look at inflation, you look at all the things that the president's supposed to have an impact on, and you compare notes. You're like, wow, okay. And my whole life had always been, man, the president makes no fucking difference to me. Like, he has no effect on my life. Why the fuck should I care about the president? He has no effect on my life. I never met the dude. I probably never will. At the same time, it's like, well, shit, it got real this time because when the pandemic hit and the way that the lockdowns and all that shit occurred, that left me in thousands of dollars of debt right now because I got shut down in a way where it's like we couldn't keep going. The way that my business was set up, it's like it doesn't allow me to do that. So I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, what do we do now? So I'm just surviving. And that did have a direct impact on me. So I look back and I'm like, I spoke the truth out about that. And I was like, damn, I was wrong about Trump. I had the wrong idea. I'm not saying he's God and this and that. People can't even hear me say that without saying, oh, you love Trump. You fucking Trumped out. No, I'm just saying the job he did was a good job, especially if you minus all the fucking hate talk and the way that the media depicted him and the way that it got community speaking about it. So I'm like thinking, I'm like, dude, this is a trip. Like, some of the most offensive things I've heard or interpreted came from internet interpretation. Like, a lot of times I'm posting about appreciation or like how to be happy or some shit, or like the practice of that, you know, being real about our feelings or whatever. Like, you guys listen to the show, you know, that's basically what this is a fucking about. And I had somebody be like, basically, it was a black woman, and she was like coming at me like, you don't understand what pain is or suffering is or struggle is. Like, you don't understand struggle. How could you possibly? You were a cis white male. And I was like, the fuck did you just call me? Like, don't call me that. Like, what the fuck is that? I'm not any of those things. Oh, well, you're a perceived blah, blah. I'm like, okay, so if you perceive me as this, that means that's what I am? No, but that's what you are. I'm like, okay, so if I perceive you as a leather jacket or a fucking taco or a fucking tricycle, does that mean that you are now a tricycle and you have to live by that fact? It's like, no, that's not the point. You just don't get it. I'm like, don't get what? Well, just because you're a cis white, like, the fuck are you talking about? Use words that make fucking sense to describe something. But that's the thing, is like, I have to come back around and I have to understand that, like, the combination of media plus the combination of perception of media plus the combination of free thinkers and people who are kind of like in the middle or not involved in any of the politics shit this way or that way. It's kind of like making sense and logic and what's logical of the whole thing. Like, it's easy to say, you're that way, you're this way. So because of that, it's like we've all been lied to in a major sense of who each other are. So if I post something of, let's say, fucking Trump saying something good or Biden saying something, I mean, has he said anything good? Like, so keep in mind, it's like I had always been way more like a fucking liberal thinking sort of dude. I was like, you know what I mean? So for me, this is like this extreme opposite, seemingly, for a lot of people. And it's no, I didn't just jump ship and just jump extreme opposites. I just jumped onto the ship that said, hey, look, these ones are all burning. They don't make any fucking sense. They're just spinning in circles on fire, crashing into each other. This one's going to the fucking buffet with weed and music. I'm like, well, I'm going to the buffet with weed and music. That's just the truth. Like, so that's where I'm standing, is in the middle of it. I'm not this way or that way, but what happens is our online perception, the things we share, the things we talk about, even if you question it, you bring it up, people say, oh, you're that type of way. You're that sort of guy. And at this point, I'm like, dude, think whatever the fuck you want. But it's just hurtful when people think that I've got hate towards a group of people because they like to do what they like to do. Like, what the fuck is my position on that? Who fucking cares? I have no say in another fucking man, woman, trans person's life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's your, like, do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't fuck with me. And that goes for anybody. You could be fucking trans man, boy, cis, Sistine Chapels, the Pope, black, white, fucking Asian, Mediterranean, like you, whatever, right? You can be whatever the fuck you want. Don't fuck with me and my shit and my people and my community, and we're good. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, fight for what you want to fight for, do what the fuck you want to do. And we've got to keep reality intact and come from that place. That's why it's like a lot of trans people who identify as trans people, they're not with all this weird political hokey shit behind it. Like, a lot of them are just like, yeah, like I'm a trans person. Like, I was a man and now I identify and dress and act as a woman. Cool. Now what? You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, sure, like, that's fucking cool. Like, I like women and I like to ride motorcycles and raise my kids, and you know what I mean? Like, and you like to do what you like to do. What the fuck? Like, so I was like, why was that even offensive to me? But I was like, oh, that's why. And I'm not like, fuck you, I'm offended. I was just kind of like, it was more one of those things that just like clicked in my head, like, wait, what? Like, somebody thinks that of me? So that just, that triggered that for me. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, all right, because that's the thing too, is like, I'm responsible for my perception to a certain degree of how people perceive. I'm responsible for how people perceive me to a certain degree, because at a certain point it's on them. Like, I can't help if I share something, you don't understand the story behind it or whatever, and you're like, oh, you don't like these types of people. Like, that adds up. It makes sense, you know? I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, if somebody kept sharing about how, like, one specific group of people didn't like something or did something crazy or whatever, you'd be like, oh, what, do you not like those people? You know, it's like, it makes it. I understand how that adds up. At the same time, I'm like, what the fuck, dude, bruh, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I could care less how the fuck you dress or what you do. Like, dress crazy, bro. It's fucking cool, you know? Like, do whatever the fuck you want. Dress as a woman, dress as a cat, dress as a fucking whatever. At the end of the day, though, it's like, don't be a creep. And that's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? Be a good person, pick up your trash. Like, don't fucking snitch on people, and like, be open to listen to some shit. Be open to hear shit and have some different perspectives and try different perspectives on, you know? Like, we're just in a world where everybody's so offended these days. And when I catch myself being offended, I just stop and I'm like, okay, why am I offended? Where did that come from? Where's that person's view come from? How did they get to that? And how did I get myself to here also? You know what I mean? I couldn't have anybody perceive me without me being me. And at the same time, I don't give a fuck. Like, the Leah Thomas memes, they were fucking funny. There's no hate towards anybody. There's no hate towards that person in general. It's literally just the event and the instance that occurred warranted, oh shit, this is what's floating around the internet, this is what we're talking about, this is what we're sharing about. Maybe I could be more responsible for sharing different stuff, but it's like it wasn't necessarily negative. It was just like reports and whatever, it's like there's no defense in it. It's just like memes. Memes fall under a whole array of things. And the way that we view memes is interesting too. It's like such a crazy context. Like we all look at them so fucking differently. Like it's really interesting, dude. Well, yeah, dude, like the internet creates a whole state of confusion. Like people really will have their own ideas about who you are based off of their own perception and past life experiences.
Damn, dude.
Yo, so we're going to take a quick break. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your main man. Finger dicking, finger flipping, finger chucking, chicken tucking, dicking, sucking, ficking, flipping, ticking, tucking, chicken chucking, Fred. And I gotta tell you, be sure to have gratitude, appreciation. Don't be a little bitch. Take time to unwind and feel fine. A word from your local farmer. Farmer John Flippin' Dickin' Don Jickin' Jackin' Dickin' Dackin' Flippin' Flackin' Flinger Fickin' Finger Fucking Dickin' Chuckin'. Come on, Chuck. Fred. Out.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome, Bicycle. So, yo, it's pretty crazy that the internet, it's so weird. There was this thing that happened, and I don't know. I remember these days well, and it was probably my favorite time. It was in the late 90s, and technology wasn't what it is now. It was still old school. We didn't communicate through the computer. The internet was still figuring itself out. There was no YouTube, there was no social media. These weren't even concepts yet. I mean, maybe to people creating them, but these weren't concepts yet that anybody normal was thinking about, because you couldn't understand it, because you'd have to understand what the internet was on a way deeper level. Just like now, with NFTs and metaverse and all that stuff, most of us just kind of have the general idea about it, but when you go deep into it, it's a whole nother fucking, you don't understand. We don't understand. You know what I mean? That sort of shit. So there was this time where life shifted from where you were out and you met up with your friends and you called each other on your house phones, to it switched over to where we all jump on the internet to find and reach each other. Back in the day, we would literally just show up to each other's house. That was the normal ass thing to do, was all right, hey, I'm gonna go see if such and such is home, and then you fucking go over to their house and you're just dunk dunk dunk, hey, is whoever here? And they're like, oh no, they're not here, or they're doing their homework, come back in an hour, come back in 30 minutes, or they're eating dinner, or oh, you can go play in the backyard until they're finished, whatever, right? And there was a point where I remember seeing that die. And it was so heartbreaking to me, to see real life turn digital.
Damn, dude.
the internet came out and it was weird because like the internet at first for a while was only something you would use like rarely. Like you would use it like at the end of the night or like on the weekend or like if even that, it wasn't something you did all the time. Like video games were 1,000 times funner. Like the old video games we had were 1,000 times funner than like shit on the internet. Like stuff on the internet was boring. The internet was incredibly boring for a long time. Till like YouTube and like, what is it? Like all the Unicorn Charlie and the Dancing Spider-Man, the I'm not gay. No way. If you know that Spider-Man, you're a fucking internet OG. Like the Dancing Spider-Man is just dancing going, I'm not gay. No way. And then there was the race car scroll that there was that. The original title on that, they weren't even called memes on that video sound clip picture or whatever, was watch this for 30 seconds without laughing. That was what the original title on that. It said it was along those lines. That's basically what it said. And it was the little fucking guy. Then there was that Unicorn Charlie thing came later. That was like early YouTube though. And then there was I'm forgetting. Oh, then there was the Burger King guy. That was early in the internet. We're for Burger King. Would you like a Robin? Would you like some fries with that? Would you like some fries with that? We're for Burger King. Would you like a double Whopper? All right. I don't know if you guys are too young to know what the fuck I'm talking about or not, but I know Family Guy's parodied a lot of those just to kind of like keep them alive. But I really got to see the day and age of like, you have to go over to your friend's house to see what they were up to. Now it's like, you know, if your fucking friend's eating lunch and they're out of town, like just fucking go on the line and be like, oh, they're in LA eating today or whatever, right? No, they're downtown or they're, you know, then it's like, fuck, on Snapchat, I didn't realize that shit's creepy, dude. The map, it like shows where you're at, like exactly at all times. Like if you have that shit turned on. That's insane, dude. Like you can look at it in the middle of the night and literally see exactly where somebody's sleeping. Like that's weird, dude. I don't know why you would ever have that on. That just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I got to see that day and age die. I saw calling house phones, like where you'd have to fucking run around the corner on the big cord with your phone to like talk to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, you know. Or like, you know, people overhearing your conversations or somebody picking up the other phone and hearing your conversation. Dude, my parents heard some crazy shit fucking on the phones when they would pick up the phones and people would be saying shit to me. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's embarrassing. And just, you know what I'm saying? And then back in the day, the internet only worked, like the phone and the internet were on the same line. So if you were on the internet and somebody picked up the phone, the internet shut off. And then it would have to make all those gross noises, like noise. Oh, that noise was so gross. I used to hate getting on the internet because it was just, that noise was so obnoxious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. Google like original logging into the internet noise, and it's the screeching noise. But like, I saw the real world turn digital. Now, most people have gone in and stayed inside and live in their internet world. You don't necessarily see people out the way that people used to be out. And it's because the internet makes it so that social part of us is fulfilled almost automatically without having to do anything. And that's kind of what's dangerous, is like, they say as humans, we're social people. I struggle with that because I'm like, dude, I'm fucking always alone. I like being alone, I think. You know what I mean? I don't know. But, like, so now it's automatic. Like, seeing other people's automatic. I don't have to go outside. Like, dude, back in the day, I'm not exaggerating, it would take me like 30 minutes to get out of my neighborhood before social media and all this shit and smartphones. It would literally take me 30 minutes to get out of my neighborhood. And normally it would take me 5 minutes. like, if I'm just driving, it takes me 5 minutes to get out of my old neighborhood, Mira Mesa, Mecca Town.
I know Mira Mesa.
So it's a 5-minute drive, but it would take me 30 because I would see so many people on my way that I know, like all my friends on the way out of my neighborhood. So on this block, I see the homies. 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 So literally, it's like, hey, what up? I pull into their driveway, we're chopping up. What you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, going to work. This and that. Oh, cool, blah, blah. Whatever, right? On the next one. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, did you see such and such? Dude, you heard blah, 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 got it, whatever. I'm not exaggerating. This would take 30 minutes to leave my neighborhood because I would fucking see everybody. There was occasions where it's like I just had to dip out and just throw a chuck deuces and just fucking keep going. But like, I understood. But back in the day, it was a big deal to stop and say hi. Like, that's an old school thing. Like, back in the day, you always stop and say hi. Like, when I was a kid, anytime we were outside, like I would be outside playing with my friends or my dad or my mom or whoever, and the neighbors would drive by, even if they were the direct across the street neighbor, and they drove by, they looked at us, they would stop and be like, hey, what's up, blah, 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 blah. Chop it up for a couple minutes, be like, all right, cool, have a good night, boop, and then go pull into their garage or driveway or whatever. It was weird. On my block growing up, nobody parked in their garage. It's very rare people park in the garage. Everyone parked in the driveway. And that's random. But, dude, that's like not a thing anymore. And back in the day, it was considered disrespectful. If you just drove by and you didn't stop, it was incredibly disrespectful. And now it's like normal, just be like, peace, I gotta go, I'm in a hurry. Like, man, really? That's why I love it, dude. It's like, when I'm back in Mira Mesa, I'm at my dad's house, or I'm like, just around, like, most of the people who are around the neighborhood, we all stop. We say, what's up? Like the homie Marshall. For those of you who know Marshall from fucking Mira Mesa, like the only Marshall. He's doing good. And he's got a beautiful fucking family. Like, we always stop and fucking chop it up. Like, that's my dog. Like, that's my brother. We go way, way, way back. Way back. Way, 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 way back. Like, super way back. People have no idea how deep me and Marshall go back. Interesting. And that's funny. There's only gonna be a handful of people who know what I'm talking about, but sorry. Anyway, he's just one of these like legends in Mira Mesa that's the most low-key person ever, but just doing the maximum coolest shit nonstop. That's him. So it's just a trip though, seeing the real life turn into this digital world and seeing that the perspective of how people would interpret each other. Back in the day, the word of mouth, oh, such and such said this, oh, word, and then you would take it like that. But now, because the internet, each person has their own interpretation already. And then it's like, how many people agree on that one interpretation of you because they can all see you now? And the way, I think it's pretty evident that the way that people come at me with conversations, not saying like, oh, coming at me, I'm just saying the way people approach me with conversations based off the internet or through the internet or online or something is like, I get the impression that everybody has a different impression of me. Like, I think there's the main impression because it's the most common one I've heard, and it's like, dude, like, you're really positive, like, keep it up, I think that's really cool, like, you spit facts, like, you spit the truth, and you keep it real as fuck. Like, that's like the most common comments or types of conversations I get. Or like, oh, facts, or, you know, shit like that. The other is like, it's such a fucking grab bag of random goodies of what people assess that I'm like, if I tried to manage each person's perception, I would go crazy. Like, this, it's just too much work. And at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. Like, perceive whatever you want, you know? It's like, I'm responsible for my perception to a certain degree, but after that, the rest is on you. So whether you're smart or stupid, that's not on me. You know, if you interpret wrong or you perceive incorrectly or you only have one perception that you view life through, like, then sorry, but you're incorrect. You know what I mean? Like, if that's how you view shit, like, the person with the most perspectives is the person who understands the most, because they understand that they don't understand shit. So they're in a continuous state of learning, of like, oh, let me understand this, let me understand this, let me understand this, let me understand this, rather than this is how it is. Like, this is how it is. People are hard to like deal with, work with, hang out with, spend time with. Because I mean, there's certain circumstances where it's good, but like when that happens, you know, like everybody sees it, you know, like we can all see when people are like, oh, it's just how it is. It's like everybody kind of just is like, man, fuck you. Like, that's why it's like when bosses, I should say, like they don't care about their crew or they don't take care of their people, and then they try and demand a bunch of shit and nobody cares. It's like, bruh, you know? Nah, so it's kind of a trip, dude. Like, so now the way that we all perceive each other is like different, but it's just so different, dude. Excuse me. So as we enter more of like a digital world, what's even real anymore, dude? Like, all of our news is weird. All of our perceptions are weird. The way that we express our perceptions is weird because it's so up for misinterpretation and perceiving from different angles, that we just have to be okay with people judging us as they want to judge us, whether it's wrong, incorrect, completely off, completely on, whatever it is, right? And I think the more that we can accept ourselves as who we are, we can let people say or think or feel off the wall shit and be like, what the fuck? But okay, like, where's this going? Or what is there to, you know what I mean? Like, what is there to learn, or how do we transform this? And it's like, I think the hard part about it is, if people have the wrong idea about you or the wrong perception of you or a certain like tinted colored goggles of you and the way that you live your life or about your life, like, how are we going to handle that? You know what I mean? Are we going to get all riled up and offended and pissed off, or are we going to go to understanding and or at least trying to understand and be like, huh, where does that come from? Why would that person think that? And whether it's valid or not, like, it's good to look into it, but it's not good to like, oh, fuck this person, fuck that person. And it's like, no, like, people are allowed to have whatever perception they want. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of being a fucking human being, or being a fucking free thinker, or having freedom in America, or whatever the fuck, right? I mean, it's like we're free to think whatever the fuck we want. But if you can only think about what you can understand to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really think any smarter than you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can only think as smart as you are. You can only perceive and hear at the level of intelligence that you are in that moment. Your level of intelligence and whatever can grow and expand and all that, yeah. But as it is right now, as we perceive, is only as intelligent and as smart as we are.
Damn, dude.
So it's like, the more context and the more perspectives and the more understanding of awareness that we have, and it's like, why would this person think that? The better off we are, because that takes responsibility for ourselves, and we're not just blaming other people, getting mad at other people just because we feel offended. You know what I mean? If you feel offended, that's your own fucking problem, whether the other person said something mean or not. You know what I mean? That's on you. And it might seem unfair and it might seem unfortunate, but that's just the way fucking life goes. Somebody says something mean to you, it's on you. It's on you how to handle it. It's on you how to navigate it. It's on you how you're going to deal with that. You know, are you just going to be reactive, or are you gonna actually stop and like consider what to do? Because in situations, it's like, I don't know if this makes sense, but like you could be, yeah, this makes sense. In different situations, it's like you could, in life situations, you could be proactive or reactive. And if you're reactive, it's like, yo, what the fuck? If you're proactive, it's like, okay, let's take a look at this. And then you go and you analyze it and you break down what's real, what's not, what's right, what's wrong, what's left, what's right, what's up, what's down, what's all of that. And then you go, okay, this is the truth, the correct, the answer, whatever, right? So it's just so crazy how all of our perspectives, what if Instagram was set up differently? What if Facebook was set up differently? What if fucking Twitter and TikTok and all these things, what if they were set up differently? We would communicate differently. What if memes weren't a thing? What would we be talking about and how would we be talking about it? You know, like, what if you weren't allowed to share memes? There was a point on Instagram you couldn't do that. There was a point in Instagram memes weren't called memes yet. You know what I mean? So, like, what if all that was set up differently? You would think that I think a whole different set of shit just because of that. So, because the outlet for me to express myself is in this order, is set up in this particular way, it has to come out through this particular filter of the way that the information is put out.
Damn, dude.
So because of that, it's going to tweak the interpretation of who and how and what people think I am and are and whatever, just because the way that the social media is designed that allows me to express my shit. You know what I mean? And it's like memes have turned into political jokes. Memes have turned into whatever. And if I share a joke that's a political joke, I just find the joke funny and I'm not like talking about the politics. You think I'm a hardcore left or right or this or that. It's like, no, I'm sharing humor. I don't really care if it's pro-left, pro-right, pro-this, pro-that, whatever. I mean, in some circumstances, yes, I do care because that's like, it matters, you know, like how I didn't want to share any shit about masks or anything like that. Like, I don't want to be, I didn't want to be pro that. You know what I mean? So I laid off of it, but at the same time, I would discuss it and I would look at it even and fair. I'm like, does this make sense? Like, is a bandana covering your face going to protect you from a virus? Like, no. Is a fucking paper little blue mask or black mask going to protect you from a real virus or disease? No. You know, it's like you start wearing an N95, KN95, whatever the fuck. Okay, now you're actually getting some real filtration. That would make sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, fuck these masks. But at the same time, there's shit that just makes sense. These don't make sense. This does make sense. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you believe this, then it would make sense for you to wear that mask that really works and really fucking protects. Go wear it if that's what adds up and makes sense to you. But don't put your shit on me. It's the same way where it's like, I don't care if you fucking you can wear whatever the fuck you want. Wear your mask, wear women's clothes, wear boys' clothes, wear men's clothes, wear fucking kids' clothes, wear whatever the fuck you want. Just leave me the fuck alone. Don't try and force me to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to force you to do anything. This is a free fucking show. I don't get paid anything for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, this show is out of love and out of the kindness of my heart. And just because I feel like I'm called to do this. And I'm learning that not a lot of people can talk for an hour, and I can. And it's valuable shit. So I think so anyway. If you don't think so, that's whatever. Fine. You're still listening, and I still appreciate that. So just kind of start tying this up. Dude, Royal had his first week of school last week. He was started in the middle of the week. He fucking did great. He killed it. He cried upon drop off, but the teacher was like, yo, he fucking killed it. Like, he came in, she was talking about how he's such a sweet, she was like, oh, he's so sweet. He's such a kind and sweet boy. I was like, wow. It was funny because I went, really? Because the last I heard is he was like screaming and all upset and all this. And like, he came out, he's all tired and boogery. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But he did so good. I'm so proud of him. Royal, I'm so proud of you. Good job. on your first day of school, it's a big deal, man. Pre-K, that's what's up, dude. So I keep being like, well, you did so good at school. And he's like, ah. I always hype him up over shit he does. Surfing, swimming, fucking skating, school, whatever. Basketball. Like, dude, you should be so proud of yourself. That was so good. I want to teach my kids to be proud of themselves, not to do shit for me to be proud of them. I want them to do shit for them to be proud of them. So that's where that theory comes from. But anyway, today's music homework, we went with the happier one. We'll go with the heavier one next time, because it's just one of the realest fucking songs ever made. But like I said, I do not own the rights. Well, I didn't say this. I said this last time, so I'm saying it again. Today's music homework. Hope you guys did last week's. Today's is, the song is called Hey Kanaka by Scanlan. That's K-A apostrophe I-K-E-N-A Scanlan, S-C-A-N-L-A-N. The song is called Hey Kanaka, H-E space K-A-N-A-K-A. If you're from Hawaii, you're going to be like, whatever, we fucking hear the song every day. If you're not from Hawaii, I don't know, there's a chance you might not have heard the song. It kind of went around, made its buzz, but I fucking love the song, and it came out when I was living in Hawaii, so it kind of hits extra different. And I found the song early, like several months before it hit the radios out there. So again, I do not own the rights to the song. I'm just a fan. This is Hey Kanaka featuring The Vitals by Kaikena Scanlan.
I never gave my praises up to Jah, cause the race of which I came from was raised in the hollow. So, my kalahiki, sing.
Hey Rockstar. Kanaka no Hawaii. Yo, that's Kaikena Scanlan, Hey Kanaka. Go check that out. It's a fucking beautiful song. I slap that shit on repeat. I go through phases of it.
Damn, dude.
Great song. Go look that up. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, beautiful evening, beautiful week. Appreciate you guys. This was the Damn Dude Podcast. I am your host, California Cow. Not one of those Californians. We put it down on the brown side of town. That's what little Rob says. We puts it down on the brown side of town. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a cousin, tell an uncle, to tell a pig, to tell a farmer, to tell Farmer John, to tell Finger Flipping, Finger Dick, and Fred, to tell the homies.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
To tell our brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins, families, dogs, best friends, uncles, lovers, best friends, boyfriends, donkeys, uncles, Trader Joe. Much love. Have a beautiful day. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.